Semarang is not only famed for its history but also legends. Today we hit up the highlands of Semarang for a blast to a colonial past, look for some dragon, and also some good old adventurous fun. So come along and see the beauty, only on See Indonesia!
See Indonesia.
It's the quintessential colonial heritage of Semarang City, filled with a century of heroic tales. Enter the building with 1,000 doors. Lawang Sewu is Javanese for 8,000 doors. It was named so by locals due to its endless rows of doors and windows. Completed in 1919, this Semarang landmark trumps every other building in the city. Wow, what an amazing building! Why does it have so many doors, you may ask? Well, each corners and bends in the building was built to let breeze in and get heat out. Wow. It's blazing hot outside, but as you enter, it's cool and breezy. And that's the reason for the 1,000 doors of this building and many other features like this arched glass which brings heat in and pushes air out all over the place to keep the building cool. It's a marvelous structure built to bolster the backbone of the nation. This extravagant building was not built for government nor the military, but one with more cash, the train company. Yes, Lawang Sewu was the headquarters of the Netherlands Indies Stadspoorwagen Maatschappij, the largest rail company in the country at the time. Back in the colonial days, Semarang served as the main hub of rail service. In fact, the first rail tracks in the country were laid right here. And you can still relive that bygone era. Time for a short drive. Destination: the town of Ambarawa in the Semarang Regency. We took the toll road south of the city for some 40 kilometers and enjoyed some wonderful scenery. Enter Ambarawa, a town teeming with colonial legacy. Before we do anything, breakfast comes first. Ooh, nice and hot serabi ngampin. There's like 100 of them down the street, so just try one. Let's try this. Hot and fluffy. That's a good breakfast. Alright, since we set off looking for trains, our trip takes us here. All aboard! Trains for Jakarta! It's like being thrown decades back. The train industry is not just essential for military, industry, or civilian travel. It is also a statement for establishment. Welcome to the Indonesian Train Museum. It's built around the Ambarawa train station in 1873, originally named Willem I Station after the Dutch king. 26 locomotives from different eras are stored right here, along with some distinct carriages. Oh, look at this. This carriage was used by the Sultan of Madura, and it is built fully of wood everywhere. This would have been creaking with wooden sounds and the sound of the horn of the steam locomotive up front. This was luxury at its best.
Steam power was the most effective way of moving goods and people around in the colonial days.
Until about the 1950s when diesels like these came along. Pretty modern, but have a look inside.
This particular locomotive transported the delegates of the 1955 Asia-Africa Summit.
Oh, it still reeks of fumes and oil in here, and this is all you get. A hard jump seat and just mechanical clusters everywhere. That'll be the throttle right there and a bunch of brakes. Yeah, this is how it worked back then. See, the train industry didn't only bring the epitome of technology at the time for the trains, but also passenger services like time punctuality and like this ticketing machine built in the late 1800s, but we used it all the way till the 2000s. I was hoping to go on one of these tourism trains, but unfortunately it's not operational for today. So let's just take a few shots for home.
It's a throwback to decades ago, and the perfect way to appreciate the nation's journey.
I am Barawa! Have you ever heard of a dragon that created an ocean? Well, you're looking at it. Welcome to Semarang's Great Lake.
Right by Ambarawa is Lake Rawapening. The lake dominates the landscape as it spans more than 2,600 hectares.
And we got the best ride to check out the whole lake.
The lake provides water for farmers, fishermen, and powers a hydroelectric plant. It's a vital lifeline for its surroundings. The story goes, a long time ago, a humble couple wanted a child. In desperation, the husband went to meditate in the mountains and the pair received their answer. They had a child. But it's a dragon, whom the mother named Baru Klinting. Baru then meditated in the jungle so he could turn into a normal boy. One day, nearby villagers hunted down the dragon for a feast. Now a wounded boy, Baru Klinting was turned away by villagers and was only saved by an old woman called Nyi Lantung. After he recovered, Baru challenged the villagers. He thrusted a stick to the ground and said that he would go away if anyone can pull it out. No one managed to pull it out except Baru himself. Surprisingly, a gush of water poured from the gaping hole where the stick once was. It's time for lunch! In the shadow of the dragon, Rawapening is now a prominent agro-tourism spot. It even features a floating restaurant.
We're getting Rawapening best delights. We have here the freshwater carp. Let's try a little bit of that. Oh, so nice. And this is another special, freshwater snails. I wonder what this tastes like. Rubbery, unique. That's very tasty. Right, let's go to lunch. It's good. You know, I can't think of another place in central Java where you have a lake with a view of the mountains and this cool wind. Wow, this is such a special place.
However, the lake is deteriorating. Silting is rampant and it's heavily infested by water hyacinths.
Look, it's like we're beached on land, but we're actually in the middle of the lake. We're in the middle of these plants. Locals call them eceng gondok, and this have gone into infestation throughout the whole lake. However, revitalization is on the way, and there are ways to use this, like harvesting them for many uses.
Revitalization is being ramped up, with the main focus of being the removal of the water weeds. Interestingly, locals use them for livestock and turn them to handicrafts.
Sebenarnya sih dia lebih ke pemanfaatan barang, istilahnya limbah atau tanaman ya. Barangkali tanaman seperti itu kok bisa digunakan seperti itu.
This is Slamet, the brilliant mind that turned the hyacinth infestation in Rawapening to cash. He makes everything from baskets, flower pots to handbags at the Renita Gallery.
Saya bercita-cita, gimana sih saya memberdayamkan masyarakat Kabupaten Semarang terutama, karena itu milik Kabupaten Semarang Rawapening, itu dijadikan sentra kerajinan eceng gondok.
It started 20 years ago, when the 1998 crisis left Slamet jobless. Turning his head around, he saw handicraft artisans from out of town purchasing water hyacinths from Rawapening. As a local, he thought, hey, he should be in on it.
Lalu tahun 99 saya mengikuti lomba kreativitas. Saya nekat mengikuti lomba, saya membuat waktu itu sandal, ternyata juara umum waktu itu. Itulah awal daripada saya untuk niat, wah ini akan saya kembangkan.
Let's take you through the process. Water hyacinth stems are brought in from harvesters in dried bundles. The ends of each stems are then trimmed. After that, it would be immediately weaved. Some stems would be strengthened by flattening them. This is a necessary process to make items such as baskets. After they are weaved, they will be doused in bleach to prevent molds from growing. They are then dried, and voila! The final product is ready, sitting strong, fully organic, and truly exotic. It's ironic that his products have captured the attention of so many foreign customers, but little to no local buyers.
Sekitar kampung, kadang ada tetangga sendiri, itu macam Pak Slamet saya enggak, kok aku kurang ngerti gitu.
Lucu juga Pak jadi.
Iya, kalau dipikir itu lucu gitu loh. Kita sudah posting online kemana-mana, ngajar kemana-mana, tetapi kok ada yang belum tahu ya gitu. Gitu.
Fortunately, the number of domestic buyers are catching up, especially when they see that his products are sold at a bargain price. At its peak, Slamet can earn up to 70 million rupiah a month. But since they focus more on custom orders, they only make less than a dozen items daily. He hopes that his business will become more renowned as public awareness rises. He also expressed his hope that he can continue to empower his community.
Now that I have your attention, you're in for a ride. Come along onto the Semarang Highlands for some adrenaline rush. Woo-hoo! Whoa, this is wobbly.
Moving on with our trip of Semarang Regency, we hit up the mountainside about 30 minutes from Ambarawa and reach a one-stop destination for every kind of leisure. No kidding! It has some resorts, villas, restaurants, camping grounds, and outdoor activities.
And we're here! Welcome to Umbul Sidamukti in the Semarang Highlands. Check this out. Oh, look at that view! Isn't that beautiful? looking at Semarang city right there, and we're at the foot of Mount Unggaran there. And this place promises a bunch of fun and adventures. And if you've seen me in Indonesia, you know what I'm looking for, a good adrenaline rush.
Sitting at around 1,000 meters above sea level, the air is an instant change from the city. And while we were still fully charged, it's time to get sweating. First up, the rolling bike.
You're supposed to swing and gain some speed. Whoa! Almost there! Not there yet! Whoa! That's really scary! Whoa!
Turns out, nobody ever made a 360. That sure drained a lot of energy, but we're still in for more. Next up, the triangle. A series of crossings that'll terrify you if you're scared of heights. And firstly, hop on the cradle.
Wow. And that is the valley right there. That is beautiful. That's awesome. Yay! All right, 3, 2, 1, and yes, we're here. Second phase, Badui Bridge. Bring it on!
And now we walk.
Okay. This part is scary because the handles are very low. And 1, 2, 3, something. Okay, we're here, guys.
And next up, the flying fox.
Oh man, I'm getting scared. Okay, ready, Mas?
Oke.
One ya, oke.
Posisi duduk.
Posisi duduk.
Oke, 1, 2.
Alright, lights out and away we go! Wow, that is so high! Oh, yes!
By now, we were all sweating buckets. But it wasn't due to fear or intense exertion. It's because of the distance and the terrain we had to traverse.
2, 1. Whew. Between every attraction here, there's mountainous stairs all over the place. And you know, oh, ATV circuit. Why not? It's lights out and away we go! Okay, this corner's a bit tricky. And we're off! Whoa! Yay!
Outdoor adventures have recently moved to the spotlight for a family vacation. But if you're not looking to be hassled, you can always try glamping or glamorous camping.
Oh, look at that. The tent and the best spot in the house. Look at that view. Have your best coffee, tea, or whatever it is you like, and just enjoy life right here. That is beautiful.
So we continued our tour of Umbusido Mukti until the weather turned on us. So we opted to shelter in some fine cabins.
Nothing like a full mountain experience like a wooden cabin. And look at this scene. Oh wow, it just turned misty 180 degrees. It's getting cold and I'm getting hungry. It's chilly. Look, it's icy. Ooh, I'm starving. Look at this scene. It's just so dreamy. You know, the weather just turned on us, but you know, this is part of the mountain experience that for me is unforgettable. Wow. So, we'll let you take in the view, and I will end this with a high note with a good meal.
And that concludes our tour in the Regency of Semarang. A stunning land filled with history and creativity. A good change of scenery from the hustle and bustle of the city that will surely recharge you.